English Hidden Podcast.
Daily Life English Conversation.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Hidden Podcast. Let's enjoy today's English conversation. Good morning, Sarah. You don't look like yourself today. Is everything okay?
Good morning, James. I'm not feeling very well. I've had a sore throat since yesterday. And this morning, I woke up with a headache.
I'm sorry to hear that. Have you taken any medicine yet?
Not yet. I wanted to see if I'd feel better after getting some rest. But I still don't feel well.
Do you have a fever?
I think so. I felt really cold last night. But a few hours later, I felt too warm.
That definitely sounds like a fever. Are you coughing too?
Yes, a little. It's not a bad cough. But my throat hurts every time I cough.
Have you been drinking enough water?
Probably not. I've been so busy at work lately that I keep forgetting.
That happens to many people. When we're busy, we often forget to take care of ourselves.
You're right. I was working late every night this week. I wasn't sleeping enough either.
How many hours have you been sleeping?
Only about 5 hours a night. Sometimes even less.
Only 5 hours? That's not enough. Your body needs time to recover. Without enough sleep, it's much easier to get sick.
I know. I kept telling myself, I'll rest tomorrow. But tomorrow never came.
I think many people can relate to that. We often put work first and our health second. Until one day, our body tells us to slow down.
James, what would you do if you were feeling like this? Would you stay home? Or would you go to work?
Honestly, if I had a fever and a sore throat, I'd stay home. First, I'd get plenty of rest. Second, I'd drink lots of water. And if I still didn't feel better, I'd visit a doctor.
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe it's time for me to get professional advice.
I think that's a good decision. Sometimes, seeing a doctor early can help you recover much faster.
You're right. And maybe I'll learn some useful English expressions for talking about health too.
Exactly. Today's conversation might help many people. After all, everyone gets sick sometimes. Knowing how to talk about your symptoms in English is a very useful skill. Sarah, can I ask you something? When was the last time you visited a doctor?
Honestly, it's been almost a year. I usually wait until I feel really sick. Maybe that's not the best idea.
Many people do the same. They hope the problem will disappear on its own. Sometimes it does. But sometimes, waiting too long makes things worse.
You're right. If I visit a doctor today, how should I explain my symptoms in English? That's something I've always wanted to learn.
It's actually quite simple. You can start by saying, I'm not feeling well. Then you can explain your symptoms one by one. For example, I have a sore throat. I have a headache. I've been coughing since yesterday. Those are all very common expressions.
That sounds much easier than I expected. I thought I needed difficult medical vocabulary.
Not at all. Simple English is usually the best English. The important thing is to describe how you feel clearly.
What if the doctor asks, when did your symptoms start? How should I answer?
You could say, they started yesterday morning. Or, I've been feeling this way for 2 days. Those are natural answers.
I'm learning so many useful expressions today. I can already imagine using them in real life.
That's exactly why we practice conversations like this. Learning grammar is important. But knowing what to say in everyday situations is even more useful.
Sometimes, I also don't know how to explain pain. For example, if my stomach hurts.
That's easy too. You can simply say, I have a stomachache. Or, my back hurts. Or, I have pain in my shoulder. Short and clear sentences work best.
Or my back hurts. What if I don't understand what the doctor says? I'd probably feel nervous.
There's no need to feel embarrassed. You can politely say, could you repeat that, please? Or, could you speak a little more slowly? Those are useful expressions in many situations. Not just at a doctor's office.
That's true. I can use those phrases almost anywhere.
Exactly. The more you use English in real life, the more natural it becomes.
James, I think I've learned something important today. Taking care of your health and improving your English can actually go together.
Absolutely. Every real-life situation is a chance to practice. Whether you're at a restaurant, an airport, or visiting a doctor, every conversation helps you become more confident.
I'm already feeling less nervous. Now I know what to say. And that makes a big difference.
Confidence doesn't come from knowing every word. It comes from using the words you already know. And today, you're doing a great job.
James, after everything we've talked about today, I realize something. Sometimes we ignore small health problems because we think they'll disappear on their own.
That's true. I've done that before. I thought, it's just a small headache. Or, I'll feel better tomorrow. But instead of getting better, I became even sicker.
So, what did you do?
I finally visited a doctor. The doctor asked me several simple questions. Like, how long have you been feeling this way? Have you taken any medicine? Are you allergic to anything? Luckily, I understood most of the questions.
Those questions actually sound simple. I think I could answer them now.
Exactly. For example, if someone asks, how long have you had this cough? You can answer, I've had it for 3 days. Or, it started last weekend.
That's much easier than I expected. The answers don't have to be long. Just clear and honest.
Right. Doctors don't expect perfect English. They simply need enough information to understand how you're feeling.
What if the doctor asks me to take medicine? How can I ask questions about it?
You could ask, how often should I take this medicine? Or, should I take it before or after meals? You can also ask, are there any side effects? Those are useful questions.
I never thought about asking those questions in English. They're actually very practical.
They are. Understanding your medicine is just as important as taking it. If you're unsure about something, always ask.
That reminds me of something. A friend of mine once forgot to finish all of her medicine. She stopped taking it as soon as she felt better.
That happens quite often. But it's always better to follow the doctor's advice. Even if you start feeling better, you should complete the treatment if that's what the doctor recommends.
You're right. Taking care of our health requires patience. We can't expect to recover overnight.
Exactly. Getting enough sleep, drinking plenty of water, eating healthy food, and following medical advice all work together. Medicine alone isn't always enough.
I think today's conversation has taught me 2 important lessons. First, don't ignore your health. Second, don't be afraid to speak English when asking for help.
That's a wonderful summary. The more you practice speaking, the more confident you'll become. And confidence makes every real-life conversation easier.
I'm already feeling more confident than I was this morning. Next time I visit a doctor, I'll know exactly how to explain my symptoms.
That's great to hear. And remember, every conversation is another opportunity to improve your English. Sarah, after our conversation today, how are you feeling now? Not just physically, but mentally as well.
Honestly, I feel much better. Maybe I'm still a little sick, but I'm not worried anymore. Sometimes, understanding the situation makes you feel calmer.
I completely agree. Fear usually comes from not knowing what to do. Once you know how to explain your symptoms and ask the right questions, everything becomes much easier.
Before today, I thought visiting a doctor in English would be very difficult. Now I know. Most conversations are actually simple. You just need the right expressions.
Exactly. Let's review a few useful sentences together. You can say, I'm not feeling well.
If you have a fever, you can say, I have a fever. Or, I think I have a fever.
If your throat hurts, you can simply say, I have a sore throat.
If you've been coughing, you can say, I've been coughing for 2 days.
And if you don't understand something, just ask politely, could you repeat that, please? Or, could you speak a little more slowly?
Those sentences are short, but they're exactly what people use in real life. That's why I enjoy these conversations.
Learning English isn't about memorizing difficult words. It's about speaking with confidence. Even simple sentences can solve real problems.
James, can I ask you one last question?
Of course. Go ahead.
What's the biggest lesson from today's conversation?
For me, the biggest lesson is this: never ignore your health. If something doesn't feel right, ask for help. And don't let fear stop you from speaking English. People aren't expecting perfection. They're simply trying to understand you.
I love that. Instead of worrying about mistakes, I'll focus on communicating. That's a much better way to learn.
Exactly. Every real-life conversation, whether it's at a restaurant, an airport, a coffee shop, or a doctor's office, makes your English stronger, one conversation at a time.
Thank you, James. I learned a lot today. And I hope everyone listening learned something useful too.
I'm sure they did. Keep practicing every day. Speak whenever you get the chance. And remember, confidence grows through practice.
Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you in our next Daily Life English conversation. Take care, stay healthy, and keep learning English.